Quandary comes now, I'll know where to run. If it doesn't, then we'll see what happens. Yeah, I assume that was the case. 2. So it goes to 8. Loses 2 more because of the Noli Annex, and we win. Another very good loss where, if I'm being completely honest, I feel like everything went our way. How's it going, everyone? Welcome to another video on the channel. Today's video is going to be another standard deck tech like you all love. It's going to be a very solid tournament winning deck. I needed to say that a couple times before. The point of this deck is, as usual, very simple. You want to control the early game with a lot of interaction, you know, a lot of removal. You have nowhere to run for creatures that have X-Proof, Shoulder Zidig, Go for Throat, Anoint with Affliction, and Cut Down to remove anything that your opponents play early. Then you have 4 Duresses and 4 Deep Cavern Bat to mess with your opponent's hands. It's going to be the best way to, first of all, see what they're playing early game and mess with their hands. Then you have Liliana of the Veil that does both things. This is a fantastic card that's going to be around for a while, I'm sure. And then you want the Unstoppable Slasher / Bloodletter of Aclazots combo, where this deals combat damage to a player. They lose half their life rounded up, so let's say they have 20 life, they go down to 10. Editor tab here. Actually, just a quick correction on my statement. If our opponent has 20 life, it actually goes down to 9, not 10, because the first thing that will happen will be the attack trigger, meaning that our opponent goes actually down to 18 before the part that the card says that the opponent loses half their life rounded up happens, you know. So our opponent is at 20, it gets hit with 2 from the Unstoppable Slasher, goes down to 18, and then the second trigger happens. Let's carry on now. If the opponent would lose life during your turn, they lose twice that much life instead. That's what Bloodletter of Aclazots says, which means that if they have 20, they lose 10, and then they lose 10 more, so they go down to 0. You know, it's not the easiest combo to achieve, it's not the hardest. I don't think the video has this combo, at least not as aggressive, because, you know, if your opponents are playing cards that mess with your hands, they will take the Slasher or the Aclazots normally. If your opponents are playing removal, they will save them. Once they realize what they're playing against, they will definitely save them for these 2 cards. So it's very difficult to actually be able to, I mean, it's not very difficult, but it's not the easiest thing as well. That's what I mean, to actually pull off this card. Then you have Archfiend of the Dross, which is just a beast. Just by having this on the battlefield, you don't even need to actually attack with it. Like, you can have this and start removing your opponent's creatures, and that will start losing life. And then, considering that Archfiend of the Dross and Bloodletter of Aclazots are demons, you have Unholy Annex, that if you open the Unholy Annex room, it will be your card draw engine. At the beginning of your end step, you'll draw a card. If you control a demon, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life, so it's card draw, it's life gain, and you're basically sucking life from your opponent. I know there is a more specific term for that, but I'm not remembering. If you don't control a demon, you lose. That's a big no-no, that's what you don't want to do. Then you have Ritual Chamber, where if you unlock this door, you create a 6/6 black demon creature token with flying. So, big hitter, it's a demon, it will help drain your opponent's life, it will help you gain life while you're drawing cards, so it's a fantastic card. That's why it's here. Only 24 lands, but you don't play anything that's like super crazy heavy mana wise, so this deck works extremely well. Now, if you've stayed until this until now, you're gonna hear a lot of negativity throughout the videos, because I don't know if you follow me on Twitter or not. If you don't, you should. But I made a comment on Twitter basically saying I'm like on a 20 something losing streak and there's nothing I can do. And you know, I was, and I still am, very tired of some of the things that happen in Magic that we cannot explain and we just call them random. I will talk about that during the video, so I'm not gonna bore you in the beginning as well. Let's just say put your tinfoils at. I will explain if you want to listen to it. Just by all means tell me I'm wrong in the comments, say you agree, say it's not like that, I don't know. Just let me know your opinions on the subject. It's all good, I still love Magic. We just get annoyed sometimes, you know? We're just chill guys that get annoyed sometimes. Anyway, I'm not gonna waste any more of your time. The intro and the outro are very long in this video already, so let's get into some games. Okay, so my head is a little clearer now. If you follow me on Twitter, I'm sure you saw just a post I made just complaining about everything in Magic. My head is a little clearer now, even though I made that post like half an hour ago. Doesn't matter, I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm gonna try one game at a time. If we win this, I'll try another and another. If not, I'll change decks. I'll go try and record for other videos. I don't know, man. This cannot bother me as much as it does, so I'm gonna bitch and moan in this video too. Don't worry about that. Okay, so there's no point, right? There's no point. When I say there's no point, I mean there's no it doesn't really matter where I take out my. I'm gonna take that one out because why not? I'm gonna play the other deep cavern bet because I'm gonna force my opponent to play as much removal as he can. Okay, Unholy Annex is not terrible. Exactly what my opponent has, and I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna take out the Anoint with Affliction. He's most likely going to go for Throat. He went with an Unholy Annex. That also makes a lot of sense, because I'm sure my opponent's not really in a rush. But I'm just gonna mirror him. Okay. That's a reason why I didn't want the Anoint with Affliction on the battlefield, but you know how all these things go, right? Okay. I will attack. It's always helpful. I can just use a Go for Throat on my Unstoppable Slasher, just so that I cannot, you know, just so that I know he returns. And maybe that's exactly what I'll do. Okay, the rest isn't terrible. We'll see if Reckless Offering is already in hand, because if it is, then our opponent will most likely Demonic Pact. Because it will go down to 7, still have more than enough time to kill the Slasher next turn, so... Okay, so I don't think there is. I will destroy my own Slasher. Obviously that doesn't really do anything in terms of clock for us, because we're still... The Slasher is 2 turns away of attacking. Okay, so first of all, the rest. I'll take out the Besieged Mirror, and I'll go with that now. I'm pretty sure... Swamp, that's terrible. I'm pretty sure... oh, it discards 2 cards. I thought it was sacrifices 2 creatures, but I think that's Rankle's Prank or whatever it's called, right? Okay, so not 1 turn, it's the turn immediately after, of course. Gonna choose to draw. another bloodletter would be decent. Just gonna unlock this and see what's up. Okay, and we win, right? Finally, a good goddamn win. Look at what they did to my rank. I was already on gold 1, like upper gold 1, before I started losing like crazy. Okay, so one game at a time. Let's get to another one, guys. Let us immediately jump into another one. The brewer man. Let's hope he didn't brew? Broth? I have no idea. Something very good. I kind of want to keep this. I shouldn't. Okay, this one is much better for sure. I will have to take out Bloodletter of Aclazots, unfortunately, but knowing Arena, I'll probably get it back in the next 3 turns. Probably before a swamp, actually. So let's do rest. Let's see what our opponent's playing. Another mirror match. That's crazy. Okay, 2 lands. I'll take out one of those just because it's easier for our opponent to play. Like, he can... Okay, I got a swamp now. He can take out the slasher easily. Okay, 2 lands. Of course, I'm not gonna play the Nowhere to Run. All lands. So, let's start the clock. If he doesn't have anything to exile, like Anoint with Affliction, right? Anoint with Affliction, yeah. He's just gonna Virtue of Persistence or Lockwind Scorn, and we're 2 turns away of doing something. 1 turn away. I'm gonna play. Our opponent has something, that's for sure. Okay, cut down. That's fine. We need to keep pressuring and removing stuff from our opponent's hands. Shoulder Zidic, I mean. Okay, if we keep getting land, then it doesn't matter what we do. Like, we got 1 Bloodletter, which I knew we would, and the rest was all land. I have 3 lands. I have 5 now, so yeah. More land? No, an Archfiend. I'm sure it won't survive, but again, let's put pressure. Let's go with okay, a Gix. We can take care of a Gix for sure. That's not a demon.
I will miss you forever.
Fine. We don't care about those. And I think I'll just end turn now and let's see what happens, because with 6 lands I can play whatever I want. Basically, if the Quandary comes now, I'll know where to run. If it doesn't, then we'll see what happens. Yeah, I assume that was the case. 2. So it goes to 8. Loses 2 more because of the Noli Annex, and we win. Another very good loss where, if I'm being completely honest, I feel like everything went our way. I'm not playing better now than I was when I made that tweet with 20 losses in a row, right? Our opponent had a lot of removal as well, so with our early game with the Unstoppable Slasher and the Bloodletter of Aclazots. But then it was, you know, all us. I mean, we got a lot of land, so I think it was a little bit different, but still, it could have went a much different way. Still, not gonna complain. A win's a win. Let's get to another one.
I will miss you.
So, same thing as before. We're gonna... That joke, I love that. We're gonna go right into another one. We're not gonna let the arena gods think, oh, that's right, I wanted to screw with this guy. No, I'm just kidding. It's not a dad joke, but it's a joke nonetheless. I know Arena is nothing against me in particular. It's just terrible game too. I think I should do rest actually. Okay, so it's Ores of Infect, Toxic, whatever that. Okay. We removed this only removal, so that's something. And next turn we'll be able to start. Hey, let's see if there's more removal in hand. Okay, there's not, but at least I know exactly what our opponent is playing, and next turn I can actually cut down. Okay, so once again, when it dies, so I guess that's gonna be the theme of the deck: creatures that die and create more creatures. So I'll need a lot of removal and creatures. Okay, so we're definitely taking some hits. Still no. That was a weird choice, I'm not gonna lie. I guess our opponent was scared that I'll block. Oh no, I guess he wanted the blocker. Well, he cannot block, so let's see. If we get okay, so that thing is sucks. Okay, cut down is actually pretty perfect.
I will miss you forever.
I'm pretty sure I should. This is a 4/4. There's nothing I can do with a cut down there. So next turn I either die or I win. It's basically that. I either die or I win. There's no in between. Need to sacrifice a creature or planeswalker and get a... Oof. Oh god. Are you telling me I won? Dear Lord, that was this possible. Dear Lord, see what I mean when I say that everything is kinda going my way? Our opponent was completely minus good. All he needed, and I got the rank up now. All our opponent needed was one untapped mana. He got 2 untapped mana and 2 tap, which completely slowed him down. I managed to get 3 removal spells into the Duresses. The Duresses didn't really do anything except take out his Johnny Nicker, which was a lot, let's be honest. With that proliferate I would have been dead. And I got to 9 toxic counters, and immediately the turn after I won. You know, like, I got a lot of land as always, but that doesn't really matter. I still won. This was happening to me in the last 20 games. Not all of them, obviously, but in the last 20 games it happened constantly. It's just the other way around. So, it is what it is. Let's see if we can get just 1/4 win. You know, I'm always honest with you guys, and this deck is amazing. It's gonna take you places in Arena. I'm sure, 100% sure of it. It is a meta deck. It is something that is very played, extremely playable, very good, very solid. But if the game doesn't want you to win, you won't. And again, I'm not saying this like a conspiracy theory, like Arena is something against me specifically. It's just there's something that I don't know if my opponents are also losing a lot and they're playing less or spending more money maybe. I don't know. There's something there that just tips the scales as needed. I believe that. Put the tinfoil hat on on myself. You know, maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm not, but let's get into another one. Let's see if things keep going our way. We're going first again, which is, you know, weird. I rarely went first in the last, you know how many games I've said that repeatedly. I'll keep. I have stuff to do after turn 1. Let's just see what our opponent is playing. Okay, 2 deep cavern bats is good. We have 2 removal. We just need more mana now. Okay, spinner, control dice, deals damage. I think I'm just gonna take that one out. It's the only thing that kind of removes my options. That makes sense. Whenever a creature... Yeah. Okay, so no land, so now things are not going our way because we've been winning 3, 4, 5 games in a row. I will let him keep the Vaultborn Tyrant. Why not? Next turn I will not be able to attack. I mean, I can destroy his creature, so... Okay, so there we go. I will... What does this do? It will reveal a creature card. So I think I will... And I'm gonna go with this. Oh, it's another... Oh, okay, sorry. Misread the card. It's another non-token creature. It's fine. Will he exile? No. It wouldn't make a lot of sense. It would just get the same thing. Next turn, the Unstoppable Slasher will come into play. Or should I pressure a little bit more with the Bloodletter of the Nah, the Slasher. The Slasher because I have to go for the throats. Okay. Invasion. Exile. Bloodletter. That's fine. Pretty sure our opponent will not attack, but I will be very aggressive. Okay, so 1 and 2. I think we need to be because our opponent doesn't have a lot of mana, and you know, our opponent is on to 4. Cannot do anything this turn, so yeah, we got the win. Another game where everything felt smooth with the deck, like I feel it should. Now that doesn't mean we're not gonna lose games. That doesn't mean it's not acceptable for us to lose games, for us to have games where we struggle a lot, strategies that we struggle against. That's not the case here. The case is that our opponent was mana screwed, again, just like our opponent before, if I'm not mistaken. We got 2 deep cavern bats, which took 2 important creatures away. One that we can, well, not a creature, an enchantment that we can consider removal, first and foremost, because when it enters, the target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. And the other that was, you know, it had reach. I had the option to keep hitting with Deep Cavern Bat because, you know, with reach, if the spinner stayed on the battlefield, like this one we killed, you know, we wouldn't be able to keep hitting and just remove and ping him until he had a lot less life. Then we had a lot of removal spells and exactly enough mana to remove 2 creatures, so the Unstoppable Slasher could hit with no problems, you know. It was what it was, you know. It was exactly what I felt in the last dozens of games where everything went my way, except I was feeling the reverse. Everything went my opponent's way. I don't like winning like this. I don't like losing like this. I don't like bitching and moaning on YouTube as well, but honestly I feel like a lot of you will understand what I'm saying. A lot of you will have a problem with what I'm saying, and I'm fine with that. It's only a matter of opinion. I'm not the owner of the truth or whatever, you know, so I accept that you don't think I'm right, and I hope that you accept that there's at least a very small chance of some, let's put it this way, some multiplayer games have ways of tipping the scales accordingly to an agenda. I'm not saying Wizards hates me in particular. I'm not saying Wizards hates Lacho Novo in particular. It's just maybe this guy, in this case me, lost 20 games in a row. He's probably tired of losing. We want him to keep playing. So let's give him games against people that's also losing 20 games in a row. I don't know. Tinfoil hat time, tinfoil hat off. Let's keep going. Since we got to 4 wins, let's try and get to 5 and close this game, this video I mean, with a golden key. I'll keep this hand. We have early interaction again with going first. Not happening before, completely not happening, but let's not complain. Okay, so mono red, right? It will take him a while to be able to kick this spell. You know what? I'll do that. I don't mind losing the slasher if needed. What's that? When it dies, okay. I will definitely save the nowhere to run for the Emerald Challenger, or one of them. Our opponent has 2. And again we have 2 death touch creatures. It's not terrible. Now what we want is removal. For sure, more removal. I don't mind. I don't really mind losing the slasher after he gets to the battlefield. You know, if it's for a burst lightning, so be it. But we need removal. We need Archfiend of the Draws to hit the battlefield as soon as possible as well. But I would prefer a cut down or something. Well, at the very least, we have a short or a reels or something. So let's go. I'll take it. Okay, so Unstoppable Slasher is down. What do I think our opponent will do? If there's mana, he will probably go with the Ember Heart and the Burst Lightning. If there's not, he might play the Ember Heart, but I don't think so. Either way, I'll take the Ember Heart and Harried Spear Guard damage. Even if he has like another, what's it called, turn inside out, like it's not ideal, but if my opponent wants to risk it, we'll risk it with him. Because next time I'm gonna have 2 Unstoppable Slashers or an Unstoppable Slasher and an Archfiend of the Draws. So there's things, you know, there's things happening. Okay, so no attacks. I wonder if my opponent will want to try and double block. This is actually a pretty decent one. You know what? Let's see. Definitely the Spear Guard, obviously. You know what? I think I'll let my opponent kill the Slasher with the Burst Lightning / Ember Heart Challenger combination. If that's what my opponent wants, because I don't know. Because it will come back again, right? So it's not like I'm losing my Slasher. Just, you know, it's just for a couple turns. Best case scenario, my opponent goes to 10. Worst case scenario, He loses the challenger, I lose the slasher. Actually, I can cut down the challenger before. Yeah, so yep, that's actually even better. He loses his creature, I don't lose mine. He has an unblockable rat that cannot block, I mean.
I will miss you forever.
Okay. So are you gonna go all out or just chill for a second? Because
I will miss you forever.
the slasher will pack a punch for sure. The challenger needs a little bit of help, but you know, it all depends on what I draw next. If I draw removal, I'm solid, except if it's like a cut down or nowhere to run. That makes it a little bit more dependable or depending on some things, like okay, manifold milestone. That's not gonna say worrying, but it's not great. Okay, will he choose double strike on the challenge? That's what I'm curious. Okay. He did. Will he attack now? Okay, he did. So our opponent's trying to outrace us. There's no point in playing the Deep Cavern Bat. Let's see if he takes the hit or not. Well, I kind of want to play the Deep Cavern Bat just so I can have a blocker that I don't really care about. Okay, so he goes on to 9. I'll just play the other Unstoppable Slasher. And now, sorry, no, I need a new chair. Now my opponent knows it's a race. So he's gonna give that and that. Yep. And he has a Screaming Nemesis. So I'm taking. Why didn't you attack with that one? Okay, so I'm taking 2, 4, 7. Right? Right.
I will miss you forever.
Then block this. Kill it. Still take 7. I can block that.
I will miss
Not
you
kill it.
forever.
Just take 3, lose my slasher either way. If I don't get anything good next turn, Deep Cavern Bat will be a blocker, but that will need more. My opponent definitely will block with 1. Never Unstoppable Slasher. I think I should go with that. Just remove a creature off the battlefield. Maybe it was not that smart. We'll see. Okay, go for throat, I'll take it. Because my opponent kinda needs to block now, right? I will have to go for throat for next turn. Alright, if he doesn't play the card, it will vanish. So no blocks. My opponent is definitely risking everything on this next card. Well, one thing's for sure, I'm pretty sure the challenger will die. Talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, I need to kill something. That's basically it. Okay, definitely going there. Oh, that's hilarious. I don't think I have it. Unfortunately, I don't think I have it. That is rough. That is very rough. Well, you know, but this is a regular game, you know. Things, I mean, I got mana screwed obviously, but things fell into our opponent's, well, 1, 2, 3, or 5. So did I? Why didn't? Okay, so I guess we added, but I'm a little confused. Why didn't our opponent respond with a village? Maybe it needs to be sorcery speed. I have never played with this. Yeah, okay, it's sorcery speed. Yeah, he shouldn't have waited, but that, you know, like if I had lost this game, I wouldn't be that mad. Sure, we got mana screwed, but we also got a lot of interaction, and we managed to kinda keep the board lightly controlled at least. So, you know, this for me was a normal game of Magic between two good decks that it felt my way. If it hadn't, I'm not gonna say I would be happy, but I would have, you know, I would have taken it much better. But yeah, let's finish the video and go to the final thoughts. Final thoughts, everyone. Crazy week that I had trying to find a good deck for you guys. I ran through like 6 or 7 of them, including this one, and I just couldn't find any wins. I was getting so annoyed I had to resort to go to Twitter, but finally I managed to record a video for you guys. I'm so happy for that. This video will come out tomorrow most likely. I will make sure that today's Monday, so tomorrow for sure you'll see that. Very good deck, extremely solid. You have a lot of interaction that will just control the game early, and then you just have 3 extremely big hitters with the possibility of creating another one and also card draw. Now, one thing I felt this deck needed was a board wipe. I felt like sometimes if you play against decks that want to go wide, you struggle. You have a lot of interaction, but if you don't get enough lands, you'll kill 1 creature a turn. Or if you don't get enough blockers, which is not easy because you have 3, 4 and 4 mana creatures, you will play 1 creature a turn, maybe 2 if you're lucky, and if it's like the end game. But your opponents also run a lot of removal and counters and control pieces, so it's not that great. I think that if you add here like a devious cover-up, for example, or any other mono black removal, that would be better. Maybe cut down another rest, maybe take out one of the bloodletters and a cut down or the rest. Probably like one like this, one like this, and 2 devious cover-ups, for example, or something like that can help you control bigger and wider boards. Apart from that, I thought that a little more card draw would also be nice, but I understand that this deck wants to control the board and win with massive swings, so adding those things would disrupt one or both of the plans. So I think that a board wipe or 2 would be great, but you know, just my suggestions. Again, I'm sorry for all the negativity in the video, all the bitchy and moany comments. I know I do that sometimes, but I was really needing this 4, 5, 6 wins in a row. I get like this because I want to make videos for you, you know, and if I don't find decks that are either fun or competitive, the dream is to find both. They're fun and competitive. I cannot make videos, and the channel will eventually die, and that's not what I want. Anyway, appreciate all the support. If you want to help the channel grow a little bit, I still have the 150 subscribers goal. Please don't forget to leave that like, comment, share, subscribe. I always like reading your comments and responding to them, having a little chat with you, and yeah, I'll see you on the next one.